Alright, welcome back to Wrenches in Motion. What we've got is our 77 450 SL. And we started it the other day and noticed it seemed to be missing really bad. And what we did was we cracked the injector lines one at a time, and the first two made no difference when we cracked the lines. So I believe the injectors failed. So what I did was went to favorite junkyard and I bought 3 injectors out of a 92 300 CE, and we are going to clean these up a little bit and drop these in place and see if that fixes the miss. So in case you haven't seen it, which you probably haven't, I'm going to get this stuff out of the way. Sorry about the bouncing around. Just so you can hear what it does. See how long that took to start? Definitely tell it's missing. So, that's what we got right now. Trying to think of a good place to put this so that you can kind of see what's going on. Don't know if you'll be able to see from there. Let me put it on the truck. You're really not going to be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, well, this is going to be easy enough. This is a 14 millimeter. I'm sorry, not 12. And I'm going to undo this and undo the... Let me get this down so you can see it. Okay, this is the injector supply line. This is 14 millimeter. We're going to crack this, get this off of there. This is the hold down for the injector. So we're going to loosen that. Once you do that, the injector will pop right out. Pop it in, cinch it down, put the line back on, and we should be good to go. One thing that I forgot to mention I did is I bought an extra hose, or a fuel line. And the reason I bought this is so that I can plug this in and plug an injector in and start the car and actually watch what the injector is doing to see if it's pulsing good, or if it's dribbling, or if it's not working at all. Okay, so I've already loosened this 14 millimeter. Take the line off, get it out of the way. Take a 10. I guess we're just going to leave that there. Take this off. Set it somewhere. And then the injector should just slide right out. And it's going to come out with the cup and everything. No. That's not what we wanted. Okay, so the white part, the clear part's the cup, which is supposed to stay in there or get replaced. And as you can see, I didn't bring any because they just popped right out. So let me get the injector out of here, try to put the cup back in. So I wanted to show you this. Oh, look at all the crud on this injector. I mean, granted, the outside doesn't really matter because it just goes inside there. What matters is what comes out the bottom, but you can see this is pretty crusty. So I'm going to clean the inside of the cup out, and I'm just going to reuse it. It's cracked, you can see. I think all of them are cracked, probably due to age. So what we're going to do is we're going to order the cups, and I'm going to order brand new injectors if this fixes the problem. If it doesn't fix the problem, then we're going to look into the fuel distributor itself, but I believe this is going to fix the problem. So installation, same as removal. Drop the cup in, the injector in, Put the hold down on. So just from doing this, as long as I have, if you look inside, you'll see an O-ring. It goes around there. And what I believe is happening is these prongs are catching on the O-ring, which I think the O-ring is supposed to sit on this lip here. So we're going to take the O-ring out, put the O-ring on first, lube it up with some oil, and then we'll drop everything back in. Okay, you don't need a lot of oil. Just enough to lubricate it. I'm going to set this down so maybe we can all see it. The O-ring is very hard and brittle, so I took extra caution to make sure I got it over these things without cracking. So let us I think it sits down further. See how this looks? Nope. We're back. And all we did, this is simple, is use the rubber part of the mallet, set it on top, and just tapped it down with the hammer. That's all it took. It's a tight fit, so we just used a little bit of persuasion. Okay, so drop this back on, and drop this back in. Alright, the line. These, of course, are always so much fun to work with because they just pop right off. Gotta give them just a little tweak, make sure they go on straight. Any fuel leaks under here, disastrous. Especially with the distributor right there, not even a foot away. Alright, just gonna take two. Okay, well, that's gonna be an issue. The old injector on the right, the new injector on the left, and you can see there's a difference in the thread pitch and the actual size of the top. So everything we just did was for naught. So I didn't tape it, but clean the injectors, put them back in, same thing. So I pulled out the first plugs 5 through 8 over here on the driver's side. And number 5 was totally black, carboned up, running pig rich. 6, 7, and 8 were fine. Took the spark plug, plugged it into the wire, laid it down, and the wire is arcing all over the place. So I'm gonna get a new set of spark plug wires and put that on and see if that fixes our issue. It should definitely make it run a lot better. Alright, well, let's take a better look. Alright, let's take a better look at the 77 450 SL, shall we? The first thing I noticed is Mercedes uses these floor mats that are really thick and spongy, and what they like to do is they like to hold water. You can see it. So yeah, any little bit of water that gets in there is going to stay there for a while. And of course, it rusted out the floor. So there's the driver's side. Passenger side's even worse. And you can't really see the back, but suffice it to say the back needs attention as well. So what I did was I did the right thing. I pulled the cluster out and painted the needles, put the silver dots back on, and I replaced the plug wires because I don't know if you saw, but when I pulled the plug out of cylinder number 5, it was totally fouled. So I cleaned it, put it back in. But also cylinders 1, 2, and 3 were not running very well. So I got some new plug wires, put them in, and car still runs like crap. So I said, well, let me do some looking. So I kind of suspected the distributor cap, and what I want to show you is, hopefully I can duplicate it. It still runs the same with the new plug wires. Crappy is how it runs. Yeah, we blew some crap out the back, but when you look at the plug wires, wow. When you lift them, the sound of the motor should change, and everything should look just like that. Going all over the place. That shouldn't be doing that. That one's nice and solid. That one's shooting all over the place. That's number 7. These are hard to take off. But anyway, suffice it to say that the SL has a bad distributor cap.